Welcome to Khong driving. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Not so beautiful because it's raining. We're actually on our way up to Genting to test drive the new Proton Iriz. But when I woke up this morning, it was raining. But anyway, I don't have much time with this car. I have to return this car pretty soon. And so it's a rainy test. And well, this will be my first evaluation of a car in the rain. So I don't know how it's going to pan out, but well, let's just see, yeah. Okay, so now we are in the Iriz, and there are some. This is the 2019 model. There are some changes on the exterior, and of course the rear hatch has got some improvements to the overall shape, and this car really looks nice. This car has got a 1.6 liter engine from the Proton family, and all things said and done, the 1.6 engine is actually quite a reliable engine. We don't know of any failures, and it's very powerful and cammy type of engine. At this moment, it has 107 horsepower and 150 Newton meters of torque. So it's in the ballpark for the B segment vehicles. So the Iriz is the hatchback version of the Persona. They both share the same platform, in case you didn't know. The wheelbase is 2555 mm. So for all practical intents and purposes, this is a B segment vehicle, and it's a hatch version of the B segment. So in terms of interior space, this car is bigger, and it is bigger than the Saga. It's one category up from the Saga, which is the A segment. Now we've just done the Saga not too long ago, a couple of days, and we're jumping into the Iriz. So what's the difference? How do I feel? Well, first off, the Iriz feels a bit more planted than the Saga, and I think I'm going to try to figure it out, yeah. But on the straight, it does feel more stable. Why? I think it's because of the caster angle, and I think this one has wider tires, yeah, bigger tires. So having a bigger caster angle means there's more. The car wants to return to center more eagerly. So this gives it a very good straight line stability feel, but the steering feels a little bit heavier. But with the power steering running, it doesn't feel that heavy, and it's just about right. So I think they have designed quite a good steering feel into this car. And on the road with the CVT, the difference between this and the Saga is that the Iriz and the Persona run punch CVT. And CVTs are known to have that what you call rubber band effect, and they tend to run a little bit louder than normal transmission. So in the Saga, what has happened is that the transmission has become a bit more quiet because of so you don't get this sound, you see, as you accelerate, yeah. But CVT has its own good points, and to give Proton credit, they have done a bit of tuning to make this CVT a bit more livable. Okay, so how does the Iriz feel driving on the road with other cars? We are going at about 90 kilometers per hour on this road, together with all the other cars here, and we are keeping with the flow. Maybe we're going a little bit faster. I think the rest of the cars are going about 85. Okay, and so the interior noise of the car is pretty normal for a car this size, yeah. You still get a little bit of the sound from the CVT, but on an ordinary car, you would also hear a bit of sound from the transmission and the engine. So noise level is like, maybe a little bit higher than normal, but in this class of car, well, you can't really tell the difference, yeah. And on the straight it feels very stable because of the caster angle, and the car rides quite well actually. The suspension is on the firm side of comfortable, but this is very normal for cars of this size because they have to cater for the big change in weight when you load it up. Yeah, so this car is a little bit over 1.1 tons, and it feels pretty nice to drive. What they've done with the CVT is they have tuned it a little bit lower so that you will have less of the rubber band effect and more of the response to throttle by having the car go up in speed when you step on the accelerator. So if you're driving at this speed, we're going about 110. Yeah, it's wet. We're going about 110. This would be the type of noise level which is acceptable. You can still talk to each other. If you ask me to compare it to the Saga, this one is a little bit noisier than the Saga because that is very fresh in my memory. Yeah, but in terms of performance, this car is actually faster and it feels like it's more stable than the Saga. Having said that, most Proton cars handle very well. So far, we have not been disappointed. If there's one thing that the Proton engineers know, it is how to tune suspension. So they've done a pretty good job with this one too. Fuel consumption, we reset it just now at the bottom of the hill. We are doing about 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers. And it's going to go up higher because we are going to go up the mountain really soon. Okay, there's still a bit of wet, so we have to proceed with caution. Yeah, caution is the word of the day. Okay, we are nearing the exit. So there's one thing I'm going to do when we get up the hill. I'm going to show it to you in a while because there's traffic. I'm not sure where he wants to go. Okay, we are safely past and we are going to cut left, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shift to low gear. Well, I tested it just now. Low gear will take me up to 140 kilometers per hour. That means basically what it does is it cuts off the top gears of the CVT, and also the response to throttle will be slightly different, the response behavior. Yeah, I think my good friend Enoch has done a pretty good job. I trust in him that he has done a good job. Okay, so we are slipping a little bit. It's raining, guys, it's raining, so must be careful. Okay, don't overdo it. I've never done a test in the wet going uphill, not on camera anyway. I've driven up the hill. Okay, here is where I wish there was a pedal shifters. Oops, ooh, bit of understeer there. Okay, so being front wheel drive, when you accelerate you get a bit of understeer, so you have to be very, very careful. The wheels will slip a bit in the wet. It is wet, so when you accelerate you'll get a bit of wheel spin also if there's too much torque going to the tires. Okay, easy, easy. So in wet driving, guys, you have to be very, very gentle with the steering. Make sure you turn not too much, because if you turn too much, then the wheel will not have grip and you will have understeer. And you must not go in too fast, because if you go in too fast, then you will not have grip and you will understeer. And understeer will turn into oversteer if you don't correct it properly, and then you will run out of road probably. So it's all about being gentle. Thank you. He saw me. So when you come into the bend, you must get to the correct speed. You must turn your steering in gently. and not too much. Watch out for understeer, and if it understeers, you lift off. So you try to straight line the corner as much as you can, but this one we can't take the line because there's a car in our line, and see how he understeered out. Okay, so you got to take that into consideration. You got to give him room to maneuver. Okay, we're trying to get past. Yep, we are past. Okay, lines through corners are very important in the rain. Yeah, you gotta straighten out the corner as much as you can. One point of turning, then you power in a straight line. Acceleration in a straight line is always faster than acceleration in a curve. As told to me by my friend, who is no more with us, but he taught me how to drive. One of my teachers, and we're coming to a little mini roundabout. We're doing well. Okay, so some tribute to be given to this car. Yeah, you have to drive it well. Oh, a bit understeer, but I think they've done quite a good job. It's not that difficult to control if you know what you're doing. Take the right speed. Wet. Okay, we gotta give him room to maneuver. Okay, we are through. And downhill, you gotta be a bit careful, yeah? There's a bit of noise from the speaker on the microphone. I hope it doesn't get too noisy. Okay. Sorry, I had to adjust the microphone. Why? Okay. Careful on the brakes. Don't lock up. Of course, there's ABS, then there's traction control, but you still have to drive with care. Going downhill. We are going downhill. Alright. Okay, you must make sure you don't overspeed, yeah, when you're going downhill. Give yourself some room for error. Everything is done gingerly. Running water across the road. So you gotta be careful. Take the line, cut on the inside, and then drift to the outside because you're past him. To straighten out the corner. And there we are. We're doing alright, 80 kilometers per hour. Within the speed limit, I think. Okay. There's a car that took a bit of extra road, but we are safely past. Standing water on the left of the lane, so you gotta be careful. And here we go, round one. And keep the speed down. Take the steering movement steadily. Yeah, don't understeer. Yeah, keep the throttle power gently. Let it kick in gently. Brake again. Take the corner. Take the turn. Okay, there's a bit of water on the road. Standing water is dangerous. Oops, somebody stopped there. He's lost. Okay, we are through. And here we go. Okay, this part looks like there's water at the bottom, so you got to be careful. Yep, the road is wet and there's too much asphalt, so it looks very, very black. and you can see the water standing in the ripples in the road surface. So grip down that around the corner in the wet is no good. Okay, there's the water on the road and you can feel the water splashing up. A little bit of loss of grip, but it was okay. And okay, careful. Yeah, we are past one. There's another bus. Flash him a bit. Okay, he saw. And we are safely past. And you can see the water on the left lane. There's water in the middle lane. Slow down. Okay, we went through safely. When you see water on the road, you must make sure your car is in a straight line, yeah, not in the middle of a turn, because if you are turning, then you will not be able to turn. So even if it's in a corner, make sure you straighten up your car to go past that little bit of water patch for safety. And here we are at the Genting roundabout, braking for the hump. Okay, I got by without pedal shifters, yeah? Okay, fuel consumption now is 11.1. Not too bad. Okay, we're gonna make a U-turn around this roundabout. I gotta get in front of this guy. Okay, we are safely past. Okay, going downhill, there's more chance of you understeering off because your speed will be higher. So you have to control the speed, and you can see the rain is coming down quite heavily, yeah? Okay, so maybe this can be a lesson in wet driving. See, there's water on the road. Don't know if you can see it, but I can. So if you see a sort of grayish kind of road and then you see a black patch, especially black patches running across, that means that's water, yeah? Okay, we have a lot of cars on the right hand lane, and they don't look like they're going to give way, so I'll just take the easy way out. Oh, Mr. Red Car, you are crossing the line. Oh no. I shouldn't say that's an old man in the car because I'm an old man too. So age is not an excuse, yeah? Okay, Mr. Grab driver. Better late than never. Okay, we've been set free by that little Grab car. Okay, road is wet, road is wet. Take your line properly, yes. Don't overspeed. I'm repeating myself. Okay, that was a bit of wet water and you could feel the car slip a little bit. But overall, to give it credit, the car actually handles very well. We are keeping up a very nice speed despite the fact that it's wet, yeah. Okay, here's the hardest corner, and it looks like there's a water on the left hand lane, so we'll stick to the right. The left hand lane looks a bit slippery. Go slow, go slow. Okay, now there's water running down the slope also, so you got to be careful. We're going up the hill, no car behind us. Take a bit of a line, understeer. Okay, just a tinge of understeer, so you got to be careful. it all starts with understeer. Okay, we are safely past this one. Okay, going uphill, your tires will tend to slip a bit because the weight is all at the back of the car. So in order to get a bit of grip, you might have to brake a little bit. But if you are going slow enough, too slow, you can't brake, so you get a bit of wheel slip. But that's the way front wheel drive cars are. Just to let him know I'm here. And not bad, yeah. Okay, this is a dangerous bend in the wet. Make sure you slow down, take a straight line, and weave out to the left. Yes. Straight line through here. And a straight line through here. Watch out for Audi TTs on the road. Keep the speed down, to a reasonable speed. Watch out for water. There's so much water lying on the road. So, road engineers, if you are watching this, please be a bit more fussy on road construction. Make sure there are no pockets of water. Going downhill, the biggest danger is always under braking, because if you lock your front wheels, then you can be in a lot of trouble. Of course, ABS is supposed to take care of that, but me being very mechanical, I don't trust on these systems so much. Yeah, they're there to help, but you must basically do the right thing. So there are some people who lock the brakes or rather stomp on the brakes and say, don't worry, the ABS will take care of it all. Well, that's not the way to drive, yeah? You depend too much on your systems, it is not so good. And of course, when you talk about ABS, there is ABS and there is ABS. So many different standards of ABS, and depending on the price you pay, ABS can be very different in very different cars. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, we are very near the bottom, and so here again, when driving in the wet, you must keep the speed down. Well, the good thing about wet conditions is, well, your brakes will cool down faster, so you have less chance of getting brake fade. But still, you shouldn't overuse your brakes, because if you do, they can still fade, yeah? You can still boil water in winter, right? Yeah, there's a bit of slip here in the front. So for front-wheel drive cars, the most common thing that will happen first in wet condition is the front wheels will slip. Okay, and the easiest way to control this front slip or understeer is to lift off. Yeah. And also when you're accelerating, don't be too abrupt on the throttle, because if you are too abrupt, you will break the grip and your wheel will spin. All right, we survived. We survived YS Khong's first rain test drive up Genting and down. Okay, so what is the conclusion? Well, I am very pleasantly surprised that the Iriz. Oh, somebody just spun round. See? that was across the road, and the car spun totally around. Yeah. Okay, we can't go over there because there's no way we can get across, and if we stop here, it's quite dangerous. So we'll let somebody else help them. Sorry. Okay, so back to this car. I think I'm quite pleased with how it handled. So again, well done, Proton. Did a good job on the suspension. And how did the gearbox behave? Okay, I put it into low gear. So Mr. Enoch, good, well done. Enoch is my friend who tunes these gearboxes. He's one of in the design team. Okay, now we're going to go back into normal gear and report on fuel consumption. Yeah, it's 11.8 kilometers per liter. I don't know if you can see. Sorry, it's 11.8 liters per 100 kilometers. That's why it says here. This is the published reading here. Yeah, so I am actually quite happy with this. Well, it's a 1.6, yeah. Because I have cars that can give me something like 18, 19 liters per 100, yeah. Of course, they are a lot more powerful, but so this is testament to the fuel economy of the Proton engine, yeah. It's very, very decent. And so finally, I think I have to say bye-bye sometime or other. You can watch our other videos, and of course there are many other media who will talk a lot about this car, and they've gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, I just wanted to do the driving part, and my final conclusion with this car, pretty good. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay with us for more exciting stuff like this, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, bye.